Hi guys, so now that you know what to report when it comes to your pie charts, your bar graph and your open-ended questions, now let's move on to the language that you need to use when you are reporting. From the start of your research paper to the end, every single thing that you decide to put into that paper has to be academic language with proper vocabulary, correct spelling and also key terms. So if you're talking about a scientific species of a monkey, you need to use a scientific name or a proper English name. So basically the whole paper has to be academic and also very factual. So when you're talking about academic writing like this research paper, there are substitutes of words. Example, if you want to say, tell, you do not use such words in your academic writing. You will use claim, stated, according to, in accordance to. So those are very academic words. But unfortunately, you need to get very familiarized with research paper by reading a few research paper and articles before you can start adapting them into your own research writing. But we have certain websites that provide step-by-step languages, phrases that you can use for your research paper writing, and I have here a few. Apart from your friends' language, so if you look at this, they are what we call report writing English or passive English. You can use passive English, and it's a very simple way of writing. I don't want you to use bombastic words just to impress people. Simple is best. Just use simple English but correct ones. If you're not sure about the vocabulary, look up on a thesaurus. A thesaurus can do wonderful things to your writing. So make sure that whatever you decide to write in here, according to, based on, they're just simple things and they're correct. So you don't have to go big just to impress people. And I would like to bring you to this particular website. Now this website is by Manchester 1824. It's from the University of Manchester, and they have an academic writing section. And this particular web page talks about the language that you need to use when you're reporting your data analysis. So if you look at these tables down here, these are very good words and good words and also good, they are also good words and good verbs that you can use to represent all of whatever finding you have found out. Look at this, table 1, figure 1. If you're using a chart or some sort of an open-ended question, you don't want to use the word table, because table literally means like a table, like a figure with columns and rows. You want to use the word figure to represent a pie chart. The bar graph, the figure shows, compare, presents, and then you give a very general overview of what your pie chart is saying, of what your bar graph is saying, of what people are saying, and the list goes on. So if let's say you are just reporting, just mentioning again how many percent said this, how many percent said that, you will use words over here. But if you are highlighting to me outstanding information, these might be some of the words that you want to use. Significant data in the table or chart. What is interesting from the pie chart is that 2% of people said they have cheated, but they did not say yes. Why? So that's how you manipulate it. And it all goes on, but again, just like everything else, I don't want you to just copy paste things like this and put it into your writing just because it sounds really nice. It sounds very academic. Use them sparingly. Whenever you need it, use it. Whenever you don't need it, skip it. And please don't use some of the words here without knowing what it actually means. Only use sentences and phrases that you know what it means. And also remember, key terms, respondents, the researcher, the interviewees, the interviewer. Those are key terms that you need to use in your research paper, and avoid the first person point of view, I, me. I, me. Use the researcher. Overall response. Over half. So instead of saying 50%, maybe you want to say over half, or 1 out of 2 people. Up to you. Ratios or percentages, or maybe you want to say breakdown, anything. Just be very interesting. Interviewee. Participant. Commented, illustrated. So all of this, you can find it online. I will paste you the link on Times. Go read it. Take inspiration from it. Next one is discussing your findings. Now, I've mentioned that after you have reported the data, you want to put in your own conclusion to why this is happening. For your level, I don't want it to be very in-depth. Just be very general and very simple at it. You can also relate it to previous studies, or you can just come up with your own understanding of what the pie chart means. Again, there are very good words here. When you're reporting your data analysis, you can cite if whatever you're citing actually agrees with your findings. But for the sake of saving your confusion, I don't want you guys to get confused. Just make sure that your data analysis section is all about the pie chart, the graph, and the answers, and also your understanding of what it is. We will save the in-text citation to your finding and other researchers for your conclusion section, and probably for your literature review. We will try to get that done by probably next week, hopefully. So basically, all you need to do is just take inspiration from all of these people, and when you're writing your conclusion, we will actually mention again everything else, but this one I will mention it sometime in class next week, because the natural step of writing a conclusion is only after you have finished your data analysis. So before you can do your conclusion, we need to wrap up your data analysis. Read these 2 links, right, on Times. I'm going to put the 2 links there, check it out there, and then after you're happy with your findings, we will then continue on to conclusion, abstract, and introduction. We will try to do this all in one day so that you guys can finish it right before the early exam, and then we don't have to worry so much anymore. We can just sit down, refine it, and you don't have to stay up all night worrying about it anymore. But basically, these are the language that you need to use. If you really can't understand, then just take inspiration from what your friend have written here. See, very simple one, around five lines, and save the last sentence for your conclusion, for your own conclusion of what your pie chart says. And other than that, you're pretty much good to go. There's nothing much into this. Just take inspiration. I don't want you to copy. If you're still not sure of how you can do this, if I'm not mistaken, the library has informed you guys on where you can find your journals. Read journals, see how they write the data analysis section, take inspiration and put it into your writing. Use your language, use correct terms, just stay simple. Just like mine over here, they have very simple language. Simple is best, simple is direct, and in research we want to be simple and direct. So I hope this has been very helpful to you. Try to complete this, and I will check on you guys probably sometime next week. We'll buff up on our rough edges here and there, and then you should be okay already. So I'll see you guys next week. Happy writing. Good night.